I've been trading and investing for the past almost a decade. And in the past nearly a decade, I've made millions of dollars from combined Forex trading, crypto trading, and crypto investing, as well as stock market trading and stock market investing. And if there's one thing that I've learned over the past nearly a decade, it's that all of my profits virtually have essentially come from just a small percentage of trades. Most of the trades that I've taken throughout the past 9 years of my trading career have resulted in small profit, break even, small loss, back and forth, sometimes for 1, 2, 3 months or more at a time. Things just freaking go sideways. And then I have a small couple weeks, usually 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, where I have a huge win streak. And that represents all my profits. I make back everything I've lost with profit, and then I end the year in a little bit of profit every single year since end of 2017. So we're going on a total of 9 years of trading and about 7 years of profitable trading. And it's been quite the shit show roller coaster. I'm going to show you some of the trades I'm in right now, and I'm going to show you some of these concepts here. So in the Telegram channel earlier this week, I had taken a couple of trades, and so far the week had been down at that point about $6,000. So, it is what it is. I think I lost another trade after this, so I was down like $6,700, $6,800. Then I got into some trades that started running. So I got some runners here. It was on 80 JPY, GBP USD. And then I share my analysis here. This is my free Telegram channel. If you're not in this channel, it's free. I've been running it since I got profitable, about 6 months after I got profitable in 2018. So the past 7 years, I've just been sharing my trades and analysis in here. 60,000 people in here. Click the link in the description to join this channel. You should join it. If you don't like it, you can leave in 10 seconds. Just check it out. I mean, it's literally, I'll put it in the pinned comment too. It's just, I share all my analysis and trades. It's all free. You can follow it all for free right here. Okay. So I share my analysis and everything. And now you can see that with some runners I've got, made a video yesterday explaining this, but I've got some runners going right now. Okay. So I've got AUD JPY buys that I'm in, Euro USD sells that I'm still currently in, and GBP USD sells that I'm still currently in. All right. And right now, all of these except for Euro USD have break-even stop losses. So let's go ahead and have a look at these charts, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm looking at and why I got in these trades. Now, AUD JPY, when we zoom out, kind of just looked like it was going up. Now, there's no crazy complicated technical analysis. It's a lot of people that make things insanely complicated, right? You can watch all these YouTube videos of all these traders claiming to know what the fuck they're doing, and they're buying and they're selling. They have these long drawn out explanations and analysis. Listen, most people are not going to be right more than half the time. A very small percentage of people who are profitable are right a little more than half the time. I'm talking like 55 to 60% conservatively. And if you're a crazy super Power Ranger Ninja Turtle trader, you can maybe get a 65, 70% win rate. And that's just insane. But when you're trading a market like Forex, which is largely just a lot of random moves going up and down, it's difficult to be able to have that kind of a win rate. Just saying, even with years of experience, you're more likely just going to get like a 50-50 win rate. And even then you can still be profitable. I'm going to show you how. So I thought price was going up. You don't need to have any crazy complicated technical analysis. Really, all you need to do is just take 6 to 12 months trading on a damn demo account and just watch what happens, right? Buy whenever you want, sell whenever you want, put a stop loss wherever you want, put a target at least 1-to-1 risk reward ratio. Just watch what happens, right? Half of them are going to hit stop, half of them are going to hit profit targets, and you can kind of like start parsing the combinations of winning trades versus losing trades, what they all have in common, how they correlate. Then you can start taking a little bit more profitable trades, and you can start taking a little bit less shitty trades. But all that comes with experience. There's no right or wrong answer. Literally, all of manual trading is based on discretion, intuition, applied experience. There's no black and white trading strategy that's going to make you $1 million just by quote unquote following the rules. So every other YouTube video you watch where a trader is proclaiming, just follow these trading rules. It's so simple. Wait for the moving averages to cross. Enter after a Wagyu beef bullish candlestick Instagram strategy reversal candle, and then enter with a 1-to-3 risk reward ratio, and that'll be perfectly fine. You'll make millions of dollars. None of that's true. If it was true, you would already be profitable. You wouldn't be watching this video of me yelling at you here, trying to convince you that it's not the case. You know this is the case. All you need is experience. Take the time to get the experience. Then a small percentage of you watching this video will actually be able to get profitable. I'm talking like less than 10% of people can even be profitable or break even to begin with. Small single-digit percentage of people, whenever it comes to something like Forex trading or stock trading or crypto trading or even crypto investing to begin with, a small single-digit percentage of people are actually going to make enough money to survive off of. It is difficult. It is hard. It has a lower success rate than even becoming a fucking doctor. Trading is difficult. Trading is risky. Most people lose money. Make sure you keep this in mind as you go forward through your trading journey, and don't do things that are dumbass things to do, which is why you should just follow some of the things I'm teaching you here in this video. If you don't believe me, go scroll back the past 7 years to my Telegram channel. I've shown everything. So with that being said, 80 JPY, I thought it was going to go up, so I bought. Now, where did I enter? My first entry was right in here. Why did I buy? I bought just because price had pulled back. I thought it was going to make a higher low, and I just thought it was going to go back up. Please excuse me that there's no black and white absolute trading strategy. There is no exact entry criteria or rules or anything like that. And as a matter of fact, if you are using those, it's more likely to damage your profitability long term. Instead of just using your brain and giving 2% of a shit and just using your discretion to enter trades, that works way better, especially if you have the context of experience of about 6 to 12 months of doing this on a demo account. So with that being said, I bought right there. Price went up. I moved my stop to break even. It came back, hit me out at break even. When it started going up again, I re-entered, and you can actually see where I re-entered because I called it in here in my Telegram. This is a paid Discord group where I just call all my trades live. Plus, people can chat with me and ask me questions. You can see I've got somebody ask me a question here right now. This is a paid group. This is a subscription. You can learn more about it in the description. But honestly, if I were you, I wouldn't even do that. I would just join the free Telegram channel. Just follow my trades here for free for a while. I don't post the exact entries and exits, and it's not a group chat, so you can't ask me anything. But if you want some more help from me, I mean, you want to just join the channel. I do some live Zoom sessions every morning in here as well. You can join the Nick's Trades group. You can follow all my trades live in real time, every single update, exact entries and exits and alerts and management, everything. And you can also chat with me in the trading chat. And we also do Zoom calls a couple times a week as well. It's a lot of fun. So you can see I'm closing 80 JPY here at break even. This is where I showed you that I bought. It went up, came back for break even. And then what I did is I sold 80 JPY, and that trade lost. I sold because I thought it was going to be going down. And then after it stopped out, I went long on 80 JPY. You can see I bought again here, buy. It's going up. And then currently, that was around the previous highs. You can see where it sits now as it cracked past those highs, and it's gone up since made a higher high up here. And I actually think it's likely to continue a little bit higher. Nobody knows what will happen, but we'll see what happens, whenever it does happen. What am I doing on this trade? I just bought, and then when it started going into profit, say like where it's at right now, I moved the stop loss to break even. You can also see where I called that out right here. I moved the stop losses to break even for the AUD, JPY, and Euro USD positions. So you can see right here earlier this morning, this was Euro USD, the sell that I was in. It stopped out at break even, and I since just re-entered it. So I'm still short Euro USD. But you can also see right here for AUD, JPY, that was the buy. It went up, came back for break even. Went up here, I sold down there, went up, stopped out right there at a loss. And then I just bought again, had a stop loss below. And now this one's finally taken off and running, and has resulted in more profits than the loss and the break even and everything like that right now. So everything's going good for right now. This is what it currently looks like. These are the current trades I'm in, 80 JPY, Euro USD, and GBP USD. So now let's look at the other two trades, Euro USD. Why the hell did I sell? And what was going on? Well, let's have a look right here. Price on Euro USD has been going in a range. Price tried to get above the highs right here. It tried to go above, pulled back a little bit, tried to continue, but failed, instead came back below. So now price came back below here. We've got this little area where price has been bouncing a couple times as support. And all price done is just continued to make lower highs. So I had this genius idea. It's failing to go up higher. And now it's making lower highs. And it's failing to bounce as this really big support level where price has bounced a couple times. For some reason, I just thought it's going to break this support. That's it. I think it's going to go down, right? So this is my crazy, super schizophrenic, opinion and interpretation of the price action. Is I think it's going to go down, bro. So what did I do? I sold. There's a couple things I did to structure this sell. Let me just remove everything here from the chart. We're going to just put this little downward arrow of truth and justice right here so you can see exactly what I'm doing. I thought that, okay, look, if price is going to go down, it's probably not going to get past all these little highs right here, okay? Now, I don't use trend lines. I don't use Fibonacci. I don't use order block liquidity, bank manipulation, ICT, silver bullet, smart money, institutional trading concepts. I don't do any of that shit, right? I look at the chart and I'm like, it's going to go up or down. All I need to do is buy or sell. I just need to decide. I need to step up to the plate and be a man. Just decide. Do I think it's going to go up or down? And then I just need to make sure that I'm using a risk structure that controls risk, right? Because you don't want to risk all your trading capital capital for every single trade. For me, it just kind of depends on the context of the trade for how much I risk, but my risk is defined on each trade. If I'm using a dollar cost averaging system where I'm adding to losers, the entire account is at risk, right? Which is okay if the account is a small percentage of your trading capital. If I'm using hedging or stop losses or some other form of dynamic risk management, then the risk per trade is set in terms of dollar amount or percentage. For example, this in terms of percentages is about 1% risk per trade. So about a little under $1,000 risk per trade. Now, what did I do here? I was like, all right, if price is going down in a downtrend, it's probably not going to break the high. And if it does, I just want to get out. All right. So the trade looks something like this. I entered down here. I put a stop loss just above the recent high because that tells me, like, look, if it goes down, we could open up here to the downside, have a nice profit. But if it does go up here and break the high, then, you're going to get stopped out, and it is what it is. A lot of people also call this a break and retest, but I was just like, listen, if it breaks the high and it starts going, like, it starts looking like it's maybe like might start going into an uptrend again, I just want to be out. I'll call it a day. That'll be a small loss. I'll be on to the next. In this case, if it starts going down here into a 1-to-1, sometimes I'll just take profit at 1-to-1 depending on the context. And other times I'll just select to say, you know what? If I think this can go a lot further and it's something quote unquote feels right based on my experience and intuition, then I'll just hold it, right? You only get this through experience. There's no magic trading strategy. Again, remember, don't shoot me being the messenger, just telling you what the truth is, right? Like I've been trading live literally my whole trading career. I used to do it for free for years when I first started my Telegram channel. I'd call my exact trades and everything. Now I charge for it because I stopped selling courses and all sorts of other coaching things. Instead, I'm just like, listen, you want to learn how to trade, you're going to have to get experience. You just come follow me. I'll trade live. You can ask me questions. We'll hang out in the chat. We'll hang out on Zoom. You can just learn to experience that way. It's way simpler. Plus, it's way cheaper for you to just join the subscription instead of paying a huge upfront price where there's all this coaching and everything like that involved. It's so simple. You just have to get experience, all right? Now, most people just won't do this, and I understand. Like, that's most people, right? I accept the reality that the world is a dumpster fire and most people are going to fail at becoming a doctor or becoming like a super high-level CEO and executive of a big company or becoming a profitable trader, right? These things are very difficult to do. There's only a few people that succeed in it, and the ones that do succeed get a huge payoff. I'm talking to you if that's the kind of person you are. You're just not going to give up. You're going to keep on pursuing this thing like a hungry, rabid wolf chasing a limping gazelle trying to like eat it because you're starving to death. If that's you and you're trying to learn trading and you're just keeping going like that, that's the way I was when I first got into trading like 9 years ago. I wasn't going to take no for an answer. I just literally kept pursuing trading, and I mean, it worked out for me. Maybe it'll work out for you, though I can't guarantee you anything. Most people are just going to fail at it. So me just being honest with you and saying you never know if price is going up or down. There's no exact thing to do. There's no exact risk reward you should use or entry criteria. You should quite literally, it sounds insane to people who have no clue what they're doing and they've never been profitable. It sounds insane to just say, buy wherever you want, sell wherever you want, and then it wins or it loses. And just use a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio when you get started. So that way you can just kind of like learn and see the statistics and what your win rate is and all this type of stuff. Then once you get profitable doing that, right, you get a little bit of you get to break even, you get slightly profitable. Then you can start adjusting things and experimenting with things and using your intuition and discretion to make trading decisions. So in this case, I've just chosen to say, look, this is a downtrend right here. Price just looks like it's going down. If it pulls back like it did now and I enter a sell, which I did right here, and it breaks the high, then I'm going to lose. And if it goes down, then I'll make a nice little profit. So we'll see what happens. Now, this leads us to our last trade, which is GBP USD. You can see GBP USD is a trade that I've entered up here. Where is my entry on this original thing right here? It's Euro USD. It's pretty far back because I haven't really done a lot of management to this. G could turn to a sexy long runner. So where's it at? Is it this right here? Here we go, GBP USD. So you can see I sold up here. Now, why did I sell? Okay. I sold right up here as this resistance zone. You can see USD is now really far down from that. Well, there's a couple of reasons. The main reason being that it tried to make a new high and it just looked like it failed. So price was trying to break above these highs right here, came back, tried to make a higher low and continue up, but failed and started looking like it was going to go down. It's just, if price was going to go up further, it would have just kept going there, or it would have tugged back temporarily, then just gone right back up. The fact that it came back below this area, pushed up and started bouncing, this just made me think, you know what? It looks like this looks like a failed breakout right here. It looks like it tried to break out and failed, and it couldn't go any higher, especially after a big move up already. Then it came back, retested as resistance, started finding resistance. So what did I do? I'm like, you know what? It looks like it's going to go down to me. I don't know. I'll sell. So I sold. My stop loss was just above this region right here whenever I first entered. So I entered a sell right in here. Again, you can look all the exact specifics in the Telegram channel. Or, this is my price, 1.340 essentially. 1.3401. And whenever my original stop was just above, when it started going into profit, I called a break-even stop loss. Again, all this is called live here in the Nick's Trades group. This is why I have this. This is why you don't see any crazy analysis. Like, all I literally do is I put the simple update so it's easy to follow. You get a notification if you're going to follow these trades. I don't recommend you following my trades, and it's not financial advice. It's just for entertainment purposes, and I'm not telling you what you should do. I'm just showing you what I'm doing, and you're just paying for access to the group chat to see everything. Then if you're going to be following these, it's very easy to follow, right? Because I don't do long drawn out analysis, right? I save that for the Telegram channel. You could just get that for free. You can see all the little analysis right here I post. You can see sometimes I record like literal just videos breaking everything down. This is like a 1-minute video I recorded yesterday for some of the trades. I show my terminals every now and then, this and that. I'm going to ask you to join the Nick's Trades group every once in a while because, I think you should if you want to learn how to trade from me and follow my trades and ask me questions in the group chat and get some help trading. But I post all the analysis in here, right? So in the Nick's Trades group, I don't go to the crazy length of like doing all the bullshit, right? I show you, hey, this is what I'm doing, like this right here. I'm short Euro USD, 1% risk, and the stop loss is shown. So I just post the actual chart terminal of my live forex.com account. That's my broker. I use forex.com with MetaTrader 5 mobile as the platform I use to enter the trade. And then I show my actual trading terminal. So you can see my balance, equity, margin, free margin, percentage level. You see all the bullshit here, right? There's no showing a trading view screenshot and just saying like buy Euro USD with like 7 take profit levels and a stop loss and then like fudging the results to try to make it look stupid. Like, no, everything's documented live in here, as well as the total trading history for 2024 since I started the Nick's Trades group last year. I started this group over a year ago. I have the entire 2024 trading history in here as well. But I just post all the trades, very simple updates, nothing crazy. It's not pyrotechnic fireworks and mental gymnastics of all this bullshit. I just post literally, this is like if you have a bowl of Lucky Charms cereal, the Nick's Trades group is just the marshmallows. I just post the shit that matters and nothing else. No drawn out explanations or like 20-minute audio messages usually. Sometimes I will, but usually not really. It's just like all the basic stuff. So that's that. Now here for GBP USD, all I've done is since I thought it would go down, I entered a sell, put my stop above. Then when it started going, I just moved the stop to break even. So what am I doing now? Let's remove all this bullshit from the chart and I'll show you what I'm doing now. I'm just holding. I think GBP USD could go down a little bit more. Now, if I'm wrong and it comes back to stop me out at break even, that's fine. I'll take a break even. It is what it is. But if it just goes down a little bit further and maybe it goes down to like these lows or something like that, right? Maybe the first set of lows up here where these first ones are, right? So maybe some shit like that around here. Or maybe it goes all the way down to those lows there at the bottom and then, gets like a nice little winning trade. What I'm trying to say is that these losses are small, right? And that's going to be most trades. They're going to lose or, scratch out at break even, or it'll be a small profit, right? It'll hit 1 to 1, maybe 1 to 2, and it'll be a small profit. But every now and then you get what's called runners, right? You get the trades that just keep going. And if you can take profit on them. And oftentimes I will. I'll just take profit at 1 to 1, right? That's worked for me for literally years, like since like 2020 or actually the end of 2019, technically, right? That's like 5.5 years. That's been at least 5 years that I've been doing that. It's been working fine. Low risk rewards. I've tried negative risk rewards. I don't recommend that. And I've also tried positive risk rewards, like where you're just set target 3 to 1 risk reward ratio, right? Or like a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio. What I found works best is just using your discretion. There's going to be some cases where you get into trades, it's better to just close at break even. It's better to take a smaller loss than whatever the stop loss is. It's better to just let it hit stop loss. In some cases, it's better to take profit at a 1 to 1 risk reward ratio. In some cases, it runs from a 1 to 1 to a 1 to 2, and then starts pulling back to a 1 to 1, and then you just close it there based on a discretionary, intuitive decision, based on your subjective judgment and interpretation of the price action and deciphering what you think is going to happen. Everything works. There's no right or wrong way to do it, and that's what you have to understand in trading, is that all that's going to matter is that you just get enough experience to start being able to look at each individual trade given the context and make a subjective decision in that moment based on what the circumstances are. Okay, there is no black and white system. I'm so sorry. I'm so very sorry to tell you this. We want to do a black and white algorithmic trading system that barely has an edge and make millions of dollars with it. Go work for a quantitative hedge fund who has billions of dollars in assets under management, and then they invest billions of dollars and pay all their analysts and traders and developers and algorithmic experts to develop all these crazy bullshit strategies to find some sort of quantitative edge in the market that'll work for a couple of months. And they do that, and you can make money doing that. If you're trying to do that as a trader, watching these stupid freaking YouTube videos of people saying, just follow these 3 rules and you'll be fine. Wait for a trend, wait for a pullback to a support resistance zone and then buy. It's like, sure, that may be like the model of a concept of like loosely like a rough draft of in general how the trading strategy works. But what constitutes a pullback, and how far should price pull back, and what constitutes a good support resistance zone? What the fuck even context? What even constitutes a trend? Like, how do you even determine what a trend is, right? These are all subjective things that are just made up in the imaginations of people who claim to know what the fuck they're doing, like in trading, right? I've been guilty of this too before. I haven't really always explained things the best, especially when I started Mission FX like 6-7 years ago. Over time, though, I've gotten better at doing it, and I've gotten better at delivering that in such a way that you, the loyal viewer of this channel, who sometimes hits the like button on this video, but is never pressured to, it is you that is able to capture what I'm saying in a very simplified way. So that way you know, okay, Nick has been screaming at me to just get some experience and then literally just do whatever I want, and then I'll just eventually learn through experience what the better decisions are to do. And you do that instead of trying to just force this coerced black and white absolute trading strategy. So I've never seen that work. And I mean never. Even with people who are profitable, who claim to have a black and white strategy, it takes like less than 2 or 3 minutes for me to like look at the rules, ask them a couple questions, and realize that they will literally break their own rules in certain cases depending on the context, because literally it's all discretion. Rules can be a framework. Like I can give you, here's my framework for my trading rules. You want to know? I buy when I think it's going to go up, and I sell when I think it's going to go down. That's it. That's the general framework. Now, is that a rule? If that's a rule, it's not a very useful rule because it's so freaking broad, but that's my point, is it's all discretion and it's all subjective anyway. So ADJPY, I think price is going to go up. We're going to see where that goes. USDJPY, I was looking to buy, but she's already taken off for now. Plus, I'm in AJ, so we'll see. I entered Euro USD when I had my stop ready to go to break even on GU yesterday. So Euro USD, I'm okay with doing this, and if it stops out and I take a loss, it's going to be perfectly fine. There'll be small losses for like little under $1,000, but the wins, say for example, like my whole trading week, right? I showed you I was down like 6K in closed trades. Yeah, I mean, this was it, right? A bunch of like losing trades, right? If I'm risking almost $1,000 per trade, I've lost like 6 or 7 trades in a row, right? On this. And then I only have a couple trades open. And then it was like literally, this was just last night. This is 3 trades. And honestly, 2 of them, AJ and EU at that time, were barely in profit, right? These were barely 1-to-1 risk reward ratio profits at the time. And then I had like GBP USD, which was just going into a lot of profit. So literally 3 trades barely starting to win, and it's already pretty much recovered all the losses. And then if these continue, right, like my God, if GU just continues and even just barely breaks the low, that'll be a huge profit. If that happens, then EU will probably do the same thing. It'll break the low, come down here to like maybe 1.12. If that happens, that'll be a huge profit. And if AJ continues up, I don't even want to talk about how nasty the profit is going to be. It's going to be so nasty that you're going to have to go get a bunch of Dyson vacuum cleaners to clean up the huge mess because of how nasty it's going to be if these trades hit the profit target. And I'm going to get that money and withdraw it and pay the taxes on it and go spend it on something really nasty. You don't even want to know what I'm going to spend the money on. I'm even going to tell you here on this YouTube channel. I would literally have to make an OnlyFans to be able to tell you some of the nasty stuff that I'm going to do if these trades work out. And if they don't work out, there'll be small losses. In fact, they will actually, all of them except for Euro USD will just be break evens. So it's either we're getting nasty or nothing bad happens and the trades just hit break even, and I take other trades eventually at some point that run into huge profit, and I make all my money from a small percentage of the trades, while accepting that most trades not going to be anything special. Small profit, like 1-to-1 profit, break even or small loss, back and forth, this and that and this and that. Most people don't have the patience to do this. I hope that you develop the patience to do this, and I hope that you take my word from it, having someone with almost a freaking decade of experience. That being said, if you're not my free Telegram channel, what the hell? It's free. If you don't like it, you can leave in 10 seconds. Just click the first link in the comment, or the pinned comment or the description, or somewhere you can find it. If you want to be able to get personal help from me, ask me literally just unlimited questions in the group as much as you want. Don't be a weirdo. If you're asking me 1,000 questions per day, I'll probably just say like, hey man, listen, like let's just be a little bit more reasonable here. But you can virtually ask me questions as much as you want in the group chat. I'm active in my group chat all day, every day, throughout the day, 7 days a week, even on Christmas. You ask me something on Christmas, I'm opening presents with my family. I'm going to respond to you before I give my family the attention that they require. Because if you, a client, a lovely, very delightful Mission FX client, have a question, I'm I'm going to be helping you there in the group chat in the Discord. And you can watch me as I call my trades out live every single day. You can also, there's the full history of everything. You can scroll through the full history of everything. You can also do the live sessions we do. We do a couple every single weekday, usually around 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. You can join the live sessions. You can talk to me face to face. I can yell at you in person. You can literally say, Nick Sean yelled at me in person and helped me turn my trading around. Nothing's guaranteed, but still, if you want access to all that, join the Nick's Trades group. It's a very cheap subscription compared to how much you get in return. Certainly cheaper than the programs I used to sell for thousands of dollars. With that being said, join the free Telegram channel. First link in the description or click the pinned comment. And I'll see you in there. I'm also going to recap these trades here in the next video once they conclude. So we will see whether or not they run or whether or not they gun and turn back around and kill my entries at break even. Let's see what happens. If you're religious, please pray for me. See you guys in the next video. Bye.